So immediately when I read the paper and started thinking about it, my first thoughts were, it's exactly what we need at this moment. Teaching kids how to have a conversation where they don't necessarily agree with each other, but they're able to have that conversation.
It supports what I do in my classroom every day with my students. I ask them to share their perspectives, their thoughts, their ideas with each other in a collaborative learning environment. In order for them to feel safe to do that, I need to create a culture of trust between myself and amongst the students. And once I do that, then they can feel secure in sharing ideas that might not go along with the majority.
It's important because being told what to think is a form of propaganda that threatens our freedom. That's why it's important to teach students how to think and not what to think.
This is so important because it shows how teachers are showing the students all perspectives of an issue so that students themselves can think about their own opinions, analyze the facts, and have debates and discussions in a civil, passionate way without devolving it all into dehumanizing anybody else.
We need to give them the opportunity to practice using their voice to advocate for others and for themselves, to understand agency and their ability to affect change. This paper gives them that opportunity to learn that, to practice that, and to use that as a guiding principle in their lives.
There's also a sense with history for many people that it's a sage on the stage telling students what happened. Teaching people how to think means presenting them with different versions, different ideas on how events have developed in the past, and then having them evaluate those ideas on their own. And it doesn't mean presenting a set of versions or ideas and there's the right or the valid one, but to really teach students or encourage students to learn to think for themselves means presenting them with different valid interpretations of history. And it's part of teaching students to come to terms with the fact that there isn't that right answer out there, the right opinion, that it's legitimate to have different opinions about historical events.
Academic freedom and civil discourse is critical to me, not just as an educator, but also as a person who brings their research into the classroom. And in pushing students to understand not just how to speak and interact with one another, but also how to research, I intend on encouraging them to think for themselves, to discover resources, to also learn how to engage with those resources and see, are they accurate? Are they truthful? To gain digital literacy and research literacy. And so the ability to expose my students to a variety of complex sources is critical to their development of cognitive skills.
As an English teacher, I think a lot about academic freedom, and what it means to me is the freedom to teach books. I'm grateful to teach at a school that lets me assign great culturally significant works of literature that confront life in all its messy beauty, and to do so in a safe place like a classroom, where students can learn to walk in someone else's shoes by reading someone else's stories and think and talk about all kinds of issues with each other and with me there.
Life-ready students need to know how magnificent their brains are. They need every intellectual and honorable idea we can put in their paths. By teaching and modeling civil communication, we are safeguarding the idea that the world's issues are complex with many radiating parts. In our community, civil communication inspires open and compassionate minds.